Hey guys, it's Dave coming to you from the Hobo Dojo here in partially sunny Southern California. It's been a little bit cloudy this week, a little bit cold, but we're hanging in there. Don't feel too sorry for us as you're out there shoveling snow. Um, I got some things I want to talk to you guys about. I have, let me get this written down here, Dave's new channel. I'm supposed to tell you guys about my new channel that's going to be coming out soon, and some of my stuff is going to be moved over to that channel. So uh, it's not a big change. It's a minor change. I want to thank the Heifer donors. As you know, I do a fund drive over Christmas, and some of you guys came in with very generous gifts, and I just wanted to thank you guys by name. That's coming up. Also, our giving fuel donors is our normal thing. We don't have a Patreon thing. We just go directly through a thing called Giving Fuel, which people use, a lot of people use who do charitable stuff, and it just comes directly to our bank account that Jason and I, and then we split everything halfway. We just do it that way. So very, very simple, and so I'm going to start with that. So these are our recurring donors. These are the ones who get on Giving Fuel, and the link is on all of our videos up just below the comments. Not it's above the comments, just below the video. So I wanted to thank some people. Lauren Hart, who happens to be a dear friend of mine and an amazing songwriter. If you ever want to get a great album, Lauren Hart's most recent album is just unbelievable. What an amazing singer and talent she is, and she's one of us. She's one of us. She is a rock-ribbed conservative, the other one in Los Angeles besides myself. Lauren Hart. We have Matthew Wright, a recurring donor. Thank you, Matthew. Tony Weathers. Claire McHugh, who has been very early supporter of us, and we love Claire very much. I think Jason actually called Claire and talked to her on Thanksgiving, so things can happen like that. Tim Cedarberg, thank you, Tim. Ron Sutton, Tom Jones, Ursula Seiler, who may or may not be related to Jason Seiler here on the channel. Brian Conroy, Jerry Allen, Doug Dobbs, another buddy of mine from Facebook, Luke Woods, David Britton, Mark Humphreys, who happens to also produce my albums, some of which you guys have bought, and I'm going to thank you for those in a little bit here. Rick Ward, Leslie Shee, S-H-I-E, Brian Bumstead, Dennis Jones, Pete Baker, Roddy Bollinger, not Roddy, Rowdy, William Quinn, Cliff Gilbert, Jerome Petruck, not to be confused with Pet Rock. I'm sure he's never heard that before. Lauren Hart is on here again, so Lauren, check and make sure you're not giving us two monthly things. Teresa Mobley, Jackie Tucker, who is my dear friend here, Steve Hewitt, Joan Daly, and now we're starting to get up into the bigger. No, not quite yet. I guess they're just all mixed in. Most of these, a lot of these are $5 donations. Some are $10 donations. There's a few $2 donations. We appreciate any help. So Joan Daly, Jane Osman. Did I say Steve Hewitt? The second I turned the page. John Herbst, Kelly Butler, Clint Barlow, Jesse Krebs. I think it's not your name that's weird, but my handwriting. Maureen Murray, Randy McLean, David Brunner, two N's. David Hutchins, Michael Lauer, like Matt Lauer, Earl Kripe, Brian Hawkins, Randy McLean. Didn't I just say Randy McLean? So Randy, you're on here twice. So check your thing. Make sure you're not accidentally double dipping for us. We don't want you giving to us twice a month. David Brown, Sarnai Tessitore, Richard Wheatley, and Franz Bazar. So those are the recurring ones. Oh, wait a minute. I think we got. Okay, now these are the one-time gifts that people just give us a thing one time. And strangely, there's an awful lot who have come in for $51.50, which reminds me of 5150, the Van Halen album, which, if for those of you who are not up on your Van Halen lore, what that means is 5150 was the penal code, or was the police code for, what am I looking for? For detaining somebody for mental issues. So I hope that that doesn't have anything to do with the reason you guys have given me, us, 5150 as gifts. But we got a whole string of them. That string is Trent Shorter, Michael Latham, Reb Furman, my buddy from up north, farmer and musician, Jim Roars, Paul Noel, Philip Anderson, Jonathan Paul, Barry Allen, Michael Lauer again. So that was nice that he did that, and then apparently decided to become a regular guy, regular contributor. I'm sure he's already a regular guy. John Hughes, Eugene Luder, Gary Bond, my buddy from Austin, Texas, who I've met several times at this point and become a very good friend. Stephen Greer, Leaf Stower. I went and visited Gary in Austin, and then he came and visited us out here. Alice Croft, Peter Dodge, John Hughes, Philip Anderson. I believe Philip Anderson was another that is a regular contributor. So all those gave $51.50. So these are the 5150. These are the crazy people. Okay? And then after that we have people who are even crazier, gave even more. And there must have been some of you who've given less than that, but for some reason it didn't show up on the lists. So maybe you need to give a $50 thing before they write you down. I don't know what that is, or maybe it's just a glitch on the website. But these are the sort of the heavy hitters coming up here. Catherine Hermanson, James Lysett, Steve Rappator, Scott Carlin, Robert Otham, or Othan with an N, Lawrence Farkas, and Christine Maddox. All of you guys have come in with very nice donations. And these are the super heavy hitters coming up here. These are over $100, and we want to thank you very much to Mary Wilcox, Cliff Gilbert, and Michael Titone, or Titone. I'm not sure how that's pronounced. So thank you guys very, very much. It's really appreciated. As you know, the writing and production of these things takes a long time, and so the more time that we are that one of us is able to do it as a paid thing, then the better content we can come up with. Now, for the Heifer project, which is the Cows for Christmas fund drive that I do each year, some of you guys came to the Heifer site after I let you know about that and came in with nice donations. So let me tell you how that came out as soon as I finish reading these names. Robert and Mary Sherrill, thanks guys. Michael DeLello, Peter Schiller, thank you Peter, you have been great to us. Peter did this. He also bought all 3 of my albums, and I was very, very happy to ship them to him, hopefully promptly. And Michael Weber, Virginia Anderson, who I think I saw earlier over on the other side, Cynthia Dennis, and David Molloy. That's M-O-L-O-Y. Thank you, David. Thank you, Cynthia, Virginia, Michael, Peter, Michael, and Robert and Mary Sherrill. Okay, now, these are the people who bought my albums over the holiday, and that is really helpful to me. And I would much rather get some income from this because you get something in return, and I really think my albums are great. We worked really hard on them, and so, I've been working on songwriting all my life. If you think I write well otherwise, I think you'll believe that I also can write a song. Anyway, Jim Hertog, Cynthia Dennis again, Joseph Fulton, Mark Battaglia, and the aforementioned Peter Schiller. Okay, those are the folks that bought the albums, and I just want to really thank you guys for that. Now, what else did I want to tell you about? Okay, let me turn back to where I have that stuff listed. This is some high-tech shit that I'm doing right here. So I want to talk to you about the my new channel. And as you know, I'm a musician, and I have music, and blah, blah, blah. And also, Blue Collar Logic is, it kind of has its own flavor, and we kind of are in the fight over the sort of the cultural fight and the sort of political debate. That's Blue Collar Logic stuff. And but of course, we both of us are interested in other things, and I particularly can't keep my mouth shut about cultural things. I don't know if any of you saw the tattoo thing that I put out a few days ago. That is now, after I think it's 8 days, that's now closing on 500,000 views. So it got a lot of love and a lot of hate. A lot of people I are very excited over the tattoo issue, and I want to be very clear. Never in anywhere in that video or its follow-up, which has about 60, almost 70,000 views at this point, which is the follow-up. One of them is in a direct appeal to young girls before the age where they're able to say, screw you, mom, and go get a tattoo anyway. I'm trying to make an argument why they should wait, why they should not do this, why they should keep their options as open as possible while they're young. And for some reason, people are very angry for me wanting to give advice to young people. But some people said, you got to talk to the guys too. And I said, well, just hang on a second, because I'm going to do that. So I released another one that's just talking to young guys. Now, none of these is in any way an intentional scold toward people who later in life, who are grown-ups and make their own decisions and decide to get tattoos. I got no issue with that. I have lots of friends with tattoos. I was never talking about that in the first place. I was talking about when you're in the age before your brain is even fully organized. As everybody will tell you, the brain is not organized until about age 25, which you'll see a discussion on in a video upcoming from me, where I try to talk us into raising the voting age, making voting in general harder, more difficult. Anyway, I don't think people should be making changes to their bodies that they cannot undo before they're even old enough to drink, before they're even old enough to have gotten some life experience. But for some reason, people are very, very angry at me. None of you guys are, but anyway. But those of you with tats, if there's any misconception that I'm in some way scolding you, I really, it pisses me off. A lot of people have come onto the threads, and I can't monitor these things all day long. People have come on there and said, I agree with you, Dave. People who get tats are losers. What? I never said that. I didn't say it. I didn't imply it. I wasn't going in that direction at all. So anyway, but those things are big. So those two videos have done pretty well, and finally we've made a few dollars off one of the videos. But anyway, just wanted to let you know that's an example of a sort of a cultural thing. And there's an argument to be made that maybe that stuff doesn't belong on Blue Collar Logic. We're just going to have to gauge that as we go. For the stuff that doesn't, it's going to go over to my own channel, and I will be linking some things this week. We did a concert in October, and Jason, who's an ace at recording stuff, went out there. He did the recording. I was there with two guys from my band that I sort of put back together, my acoustic band that I haven't played too much with lately. And they came and played. Greg Kruger and Chad Watson, fine musicians. They came and played and backed me up. And we take the concert. We put it on, and then now we're releasing it. So Jason finally had time to go through there and make sure that the levels are all right, and that these things look okay. Try to color correct a little bit. It was in a club that there wasn't much light there, so it's a little dark, but you can see it okay. It looks fine. Anyway, I'm going to be tomorrow or the next day. I'm going to be getting in my van, as I so often do, and heading out to the desert, where I unplug from all of this nonsense and fighting and yelling and all the stuff that you see on social media constantly. I go out there and clear my mind, get out of the political ideas and into some peace and quiet for a week or two. And so I'll be doing that, leaving probably early Friday morning. So when I get out there, I will have already uploaded some tracks, and what I'll do up there, and they will be on my new channel, because I got to go over there and erase some of the more embarrassing things that are already over there. Some of you already snuck over there and looked at that and thought, wow, this is really, really not professional. Is this Dave actually showing us him digging a ditch in his backyard or something? Yes. I didn't know how to make a video then. I still don't. But anyway, so that those tracks will be there, and so when I'm out in the desert, I'll walk around with a selfie stick, and I will say hello to you from the enormous gathering of nomads where I am going to spend some time, and I will explain what the song is. I'll give you the title of the song and let you know roughly what the song is about, and then I will link you to that. So if you see any of those selfie stick kind of videos popping up over the course of the next week, and if you're interested in hearing a live performance of one of the songs, then just click on it. It'll take you over to the new page. It's been there for a while, but it's new as far as you're concerned. And then if you would subscribe, because I have like 0 subscribers over there. I think I'm 100 subscribers or something like that. So I'm going to need to build up a little subscriber base over there. And then in future, if I want to do things, maybe even some things like this, where I want to just do stuff for kind of, I don't know, the ones of you that are sort of becoming family, some of that might be over on the Dave Morrison channel. Okay? So that's all I really wanted to tell you. We had the thing last night with Donald Trump, and I don't know, I'm sure some of you have an idea about that, but I'm not going to get into it. Perhaps Jason will in the next few days. I know he's got a couple of videos planned. I'll be finishing also during the time that I'm out of town. Most likely hopefully we'll be uploading and rerunning the videos that will be adapted from the videos when we were on Facebook, to getting ready to finish out my series on feminism. And so it'll be parts 7 and 8, which are team family, which talks about the dynamic, the team dynamic, the family dynamic as a team, and how that's affected by both parents working. And then the second one is called From Porn to Prom. No, wait, excuse me. That's backwards. From Prom to Porn, which talks about how so many girls are now doing porn, and traces that to the idea of how the importance of a prom and of courting girls, and girls pushing back on guys and making them prove themselves. I won't give the whole thing away. I think you'll find it compelling stuff, and how all of that has disappeared, and suddenly all the pretty girls are doing porn. God, we really got our work cut out for us if we're going to save this culture. And it's really about the culture. It's really about the culture, particularly now when all the candidates virtually are looking at the culture and going, okay, what is everybody talking about? I can't get elected if I don't follow what's going on in the noise of the culture. So it's really important that that noise be responsible and adult. If we're going to have candidates who are worthy of us, who will hear our voices and get out there and do our bidding, we need to decide what it is exactly that we are. Anyway, I don't want to ramble, and this is plenty of time. So thank you again, all those names that I named. Thank you so much for giving to us here. In these recurring donations, most of them are $2, $5, some $10. A couple are $20 or $25. We're not looking for very much, but if you put it in as a recurring donation, like I'm a Patreon supporter of a couple of different people, and it just disappears. That $5, that $10 just disappears out of my account. I never think about it. It's just like my Netflix bill. It just disappears, goes out, and it keeps these people able to keep the content coming to me that I enjoy. So anyway, that's the way we do it, because we're free marketeers out here. Let me have a sip of my coffee. That's it for me. You won't see me for a little while until I'm out on the desert. So thank you very much for all the support on the channel. I hope you are having a wonderful New Year. Maybe from out in the desert I will call, because I'll call you guys on the internet and talk to you about something that I would like to do. I would like to put up a video that's about New Year's resolutions, and name mine, and encourage as many of you as possible to name yours. These things that you've been putting off, you can do, it's time for you to do them. I would like to offer a video and a thread that you could use as a sort of a clearinghouse for your ideas, and you could get into discussions there and maybe find other people that are doing the same things as you and become mutual support for them. I have a friend out here, a songwriter named Rick Taylor, who I shouldn't be outing because he and I do not see eye to eye politically, but we do see eye to eye in our need for discipline with our waistlines. So we started about 6 months ago being sort of diet buddies. And so whenever one of us is at a place where we're really having trouble staying out of the dessert line, we'll take a picture of it and we'll send it to the other guy. We'll go, "This is what I'm coping with tonight." And and Rick will write back to me and say, "Dude, be strong. You got this," or whatever. Or Rick will write, goes, "Well, I'm going to be meeting with friends tomorrow, so I might take a day off my diet." And I'll write back and I go, "Man up, come on. That's what this thing's all about. Say no. Just say no." And Rick's lost 20 pounds and I've lost 15, and we're gonna just keep going until we're right where we want to be. So I have this sort of idea that if some of you got to know each other on a thread of that sort of video, you could keep in touch with one another and become sort of where there's diet buddies or trying to quit smoking or getting off the sauce or whatever it is. It's always just easier when you have friends that you have some commonality with and are struggling with that same thing. So we'll toy with that as time goes by. Anyway, thank you very much. Don't yell at me anymore about being mad at you for tattoos, because I'm not anti-tattoo. I'm not trying to, people are going, "I thought you were for small government." I go, "What? I'm having an opinion against 17-year-olds getting inked up is somehow a big government solution?" No, exactly. I mean, this is the cultural exchange. I have an opinion and you have other opinions, and we hash them out. And hopefully somebody who's making these decisions and looking to their elders, as perhaps not enough of them do, to give them some advice, there will be advice there. That would be very good. So anyway, that's what we're dealing with here, and channel's going great. We just passed 75,000 subscribers, and so we're beginning to get some traction. And thanks so much to you who have shared it around. We're beginning to get out into the open water now, and I think probably we'll see 100,000 subscribers by maybe Easter, and at least that's our goal. And then beyond that, I think once we're at that point, that we're going to be able to pop up more often and get a little bit more traction to what we're doing. Okay? Anyway, thank you so much. So I'm saying adios from the Hobo Dojo, and very happy New Year, and I'll see you from the desert.